Remember, America, suck a suck a suck a whole lot.
Bone the fuck's your mind speakers. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if this happens to be your first time here. We gotta have the Cardi B conversation. I mean, it's long overdue, but there's no time like the present. I've been meaning to have the conversation in my last few think tanks, but I feel like it deserves a video of its own because it's much longer than a think tank segment. So we're gonna get into the Cardi B conversation. Is she a better rapper than Nicki Minaj? Is she a good rapper at all? But before we get into that, do not forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed. Become one of the mind speakers because we talk our shit and we don't give a fuck who cares about it, and we have jerseys. Everybody loves jerseys. Anyway, let's get into this video. Let's go. I first heard about Cardi B in 2014 when Insta Video started. During this time, she was a stripper, but she was posting videos from the back of the strip club, giving out hood proverbs, telling girls to use men for their money because men ain't shit, dishing out all the knowledge that she learned in her life to that point, while still being fucking hilarious. Actually, this is the first video I ever saw of Cardi B.
I hate when I go to a restaurant, when I go to a store, and they ain't trying to give me a Dutch or a drink because I don't got my ID. Do you see these titties? You know damn straight I'm a grown hoe. But anyways, hi.
So through these Instagram videos, Cardi B became a phenomenon. Shit got really big for her, and it was unclear what her next step was going to be. So then she joined Love and Hip Hop New York, which was huge because everybody loved Cardi B. Why wouldn't she want to join Love and Hip Hop New York? She's actually one of the only people I've ever seen join Love and Hip Hop and thought it was a good idea, because it was a great place to bring her personality, even though her storylines were fake as shit, but that's not the point. So she joined Love and Hip Hop in 2016, and her storyline was circled around the fact that she wanted to start a music career. Now, if you know anything about Love and Hip Hop, you know there are plenty of stripper turned rappers, and they all suck. So it's always like, yeah, okay girl, sure you're gonna rap. Yeah, okay girl, sure you're gonna sing. You're not good at it, so why are we gonna take you seriously? So my whole thing with Cardi B rapping was always, who's gonna take her seriously? Are we gonna take her seriously? Because I know I didn't take her seriously given the amount of people that had come through, and let's be realistic, Amina Butterfly can sing and had a career, and no one takes her seriously because of the mess she did on Love and Hip Hop. So, after the first season of Love and Hip Hop, she released Gangsta Bitch Volume 1, and I actually thought Gangsta Bitch Volume 1 was pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. It took a while for other people to take seriously or even to listen to, because it's just weird hearing Cardi B's personality be transferred into rap, and it was extremely weird during that point, but I actually thought the songs were good. But it's also important to note that that mixtape made way more traffic than Remy Ma's first mixtape out of jail called I'm Around that nobody listened to besides Papoose and a few niggas in the Bronx. So, after her second season of Love and Hip Hop, she released Gangsta Bitch Volume 2. I didn't feel like it was as good as Volume 1, but I think it had Lick featuring Offset on it, which a lot of people really like. I don't like that song, but hey. And then she announced that she was gonna quit Love and Hip Hop. Now, when she did that, I thought that was a very bold move. It was a huge move, because as long as you were keeping your personality on that television, who knew the amount of people you could reach? Love and Hip Hop wasn't doing anything damaging for her at that time. Her storylines weren't even real, they weren't even huge. It was just fun to see her laugh with her tongue out, hanging around Mariah Lynn and Young B. But if she didn't want to do it anymore, then hey, she doesn't do it anymore. And right after that, it was announced that she had signed to Atlantic. Now, when she decided to sign to Atlantic, I thought two things. One, signing was a huge mistake, because why would Cardi B, someone who's been able to build her own shit, sell out to a record company when she's built it by herself and should be able to sell it by herself? We don't need the middleman to go and get our stuff from Cardi B. We just need to take it from Cardi. And in 2017, with streaming services taking over the music industry, it is so easy for an artist just to be independent and not have to go through the middleman. But I also understand her and her fight to be taken seriously, feeling like, I'm signed, I got a record deal. I understand why you do that and you get to take the large advance. But I mean, I just wouldn't have done it. I don't think that signing is a good idea for everyone, and I didn't think that it was a good idea for Cardi. But that's something she decided to do. The second point that I said was, great, she signed with Atlantic. Now it's gonna be an issue for Nicki Minaj, because if you don't know anything about Atlantic, Atlantic is in direct competition with Nicki's label, Universal, and other artists such as Cupcake, Angel Hayes, and Lady Lesher have said that when they took meetings with Atlantic, they had asked them, hey, are you ready to beef with Nicki Minaj? So in my mind, when she signed with Atlantic, I knew already, oh well, Cardi's gonna be no different. So her first single with Atlantic that just came out was Bodak Yellow. And the first time I heard Bodak Yellow, I didn't take it seriously. Not because it was a bad song. It's Kodak Black's flow. It's a formula that's already working. So to me, it's not creative in an artist type of way, right? I'd rather Cardi do something that's original than do something that she knows it's gonna work. So I just wrote it off. But after having a few listens to it, it's good. I can't even act like this shit isn't good. It's fire. Especially the when I put my hand up on my hip, I bet you dip, he dip, she dip. What? That's a bar. Like, that is a serious bar. So I can't take that away from shawty. But at first, I was extremely skeptical about the whole Bodak Yellow phenomenon. But her taking pieces from the men in hip-hop now is part of why she's successful. But we're gonna get into that. So the question of the day is Cardi B better than Nicki Minaj? And this is the question that makes all of the barbs type fast. Barbs, do not type fast at me because I don't wanna hear none of that shit. Nicki Minaj has put in so much work. Nicki Minaj had 3 mixtapes before her first album, 3 years before her first album, 2.5 years before she signed. She's put in so much time, so much effort, so much work, and accomplished so much in rap that if you want to say Cardi B is better than Nicki Minaj, you cannot base that off of facts. You're welcome to have your own wrong opinion, but the fact of the matter is Cardi B has not put in that type of work, that type of time, or accomplished a quarter as much as Nicki Minaj right now. Is Cardi B the next Nicki Minaj? No, Cardi B is not the next Nicki Minaj. Cardi B is the first Cardi B, and I think people should allow her to write her own story and not try to put her in Nicki's lane, because I don't even think she wants to be in Nicki's lane. But the first thing that people do is compare you to the last woman who came through hip-hop that did good things when they see potential in you. I don't think Cardi B wants to fill those shoes. I just think she's happy in her own shoes. I think we should allow her to be in her own shoes and not try to put her in Nicki's. Are there similarities between Cardi B and Nicki Minaj? Despite the many differences that I'm not gonna get into, I'm gonna tell you the 2 similarities that actually do matter. Nicki rose to superstardom during the YMCMB era when Young Money was running rap, when metaphorical rap was running rap. Nicki was a woman who had better metaphors and better punchlines than most of the men around her when punchline rap was the style of rap that was in. And that's why she was able to rise to superstardom, because she was the woman version of what was going on in mainstream rap during that time. And Cardi B right now is no different. I've said before she raps like a New York meme, and I'm not taking that back, but that's what's popular. People listening to rap that's either more mumblish or it's been more savage. And Cardi B has been able to take those 2 types of rap and make them authentic to what she's doing, and that's why she's winning, is because she is the woman perspective. She's mirroring what is going on in rap today, and she's doing it well. On top of selling her personality, people aren't buying music anymore, they're buying artists, they're buying the whole package, and she sold her whole package. It's lucrative and it's working. So that's why she's doing extremely well. The second thing I want to bring out is the way people come out to these clubs and see Cardi B and are screaming every lyric. It's the same thing that was happening with Nicki Minaj. Knowing every lyric to every song, the girls are packing out the clubs, and when they both came out to Summer Jam, they had the biggest applause of the night. It's about the power of the woman in rap, and I think it's so underestimated, and I don't understand why that is. Well, actually, we do understand why that is, because rap is misogynistic, but we're not gonna go there today. The power of the woman in rap is so necessary, and when you see people gravitate towards the one, you can't mistake it. And when Cardi B came out, and I'm talking about a full Summer Jam show, she had the biggest applause. The same thing with Nicki Minaj when she came out, and she had the biggest applause and everybody was screaming every lyric. It's power that you can't replace. Is Cardi B a good rapper? She's absolutely a good rapper. She's a good rapper because she's able to move the culture, and it's been such a short time. I may disagree with how early she signed. I may disagree with a couple of decisions that she's made in her career, but guess what? Who cares if you agree or disagree, because she's learning it for herself. And I'm supportive of Cardi B. I think everybody else should be supportive of Cardi B, and I think Nicki Minaj should be excluded from the conversation, and we shouldn't just compare these 2 women just because they're powerful women in hip-hop. It doesn't need to be another war. They could share the same space. There's enough room for enough women in hip-hop, and we have tons of women that are coming up that are doing great things. You have Malibu Mitch, you have Cash Doll, you even have Angel Hayes, who's been sitting in the background, and I don't care if you don't like her, you have Azalea Banks, who offers a different flavor of rap. There's so many women out here who are rapping and rapping so well that it doesn't just have to be Nicki or Remy or Cardi, and it doesn't have to be the 1. There could be the 1, the 3, the 5, the 7, and the 9. So if we allow all these women to have a space in hip-hop, we won't have an issue. And that's it for today's video. I'll see you guys on Thursday for my next think tank, and if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. If not, suck a dick, and I'll be seeing you guys later. Deuce. Jay-Z dropped his 444 album last Friday, and the only thing y'all heard was Jay-Z confirming that he cheated on Beyonce. And when y'all heard that, all of Twitter just jumped and was pretty much like, niggas ain't shit, niggas ain't shit.